Hello everybody, I am Krishna Rao Patro. Today I will discuss about the various methods of thread class. What are the methods are there and how you can use these methods for your thread programming. Actually the thread class belongs to your lang package. This particular class having set of methods. Those methods you have to use for different purpose. Now we'll discuss one by one. What is that method? In Java, thread class provides various methods for creating and managing the threads. The first one in every thread program, that is start method. Once you call start method, then the thread is going to ready to start. That means it is enabling the thread to work. So internally it will maintain a queue. That queue is called ready queue. In ready queue, that thread will be available. Once you make say start, then the thread will be part of the ready queue. Similarly, when you call run method, then it is ready to do its statement, because in every thread you will do some task. The task requires some set of statements. Those statement is part of run method. So run is the method which is executing the statements. Similarly, there is one method called set name. Set name means it is a method which allows you to set a name for a thread. For every thread, you can assign a name. So if you want to assign a name, then you can call set name. This is the third method. Then fourth one, get name. Get name means it is a special method to retrieve the name of the thread. Whatever the name you assigned through set name, that name you can retrieve back. So there you have to use get name. Similarly, there is one more method called sleep method. The sleep method is a special method which will allow you to keep the thread in sleeping state by passing in terms of millisecond. You can keep that thread to be in the sleeping condition. Once the thread is sleeping, then other thread will get chance to do the task. And there is one more method called join method. This is the method which will allow the parent thread to wait until all child thread finish, because in a parent there may be multiple child. So before completing child, the parent cannot terminate. So for that purpose, I should use the join method for the parent to wait. Similarly, there is one more method called set priority. You can set the priority of a thread also, because for every thread the priority starts from 1 to 10. This is the minimum priority and this is the maximum priority, and the average priority is 5. So you can assign the priority value for a thread. Based on the priority, that will get chance to utilize the CPU time. So this is one method. Similarly, there is one more method called current thread. It will give you the current thread reference, because every program is one type of thread only. So to get its thread object, you can call current thread method. Similarly, there is one more method called join method. You can join in terms of millisecond and nanosecond also. That means how much time I should wait. Now we'll see one by one. This method is used to start the execution of the thread. It internally calls the run method. So start method internally linked with run method, which contains the code to be executed by the thread. So in the run method, you will write your logic. That method will be enabled automatically once you call start. So how to call it? So first of all, you have to create a thread object. After creating thread object, then you can call the start method. So this is the nature of start method. Next, run method. The run method is a method which is allowing you to write the code to be executed by the thread. This method contains the code executed by the thread when started. You need to override this method when the class extends either thread or implements runnable interface. I think I told in the previous session, the thread can be created by two ways: by implementing runnable interface or by extending thread class. So to make a class to be a thread, there are two ways. Either by extending thread class or by implementing runnable interface. By implementing runnable interface. Okay. Here there is a method called run method. This method allows you to write the logic. Here also there is a method called run method, which will allow you to write your logic. So there you can write the logic and you can work. This is the behavior of run method. Similarly, there is a method called sleep method. This method will allow the thread to be under sleeping condition. That means you are allowing other thread to work. This method causes current execution of thread to sleep for the specified number of milliseconds. So whatever the value you are passing, that is in terms of millisecond. It is often used for introducing delay in the thread execution. Now, whenever you are writing a thread sleep method, then that must be always in a try block, because this sleep method may be interrupted by some other thread. So for that purpose, keep always in a try block and below the thread catch, so that the exception you can catch it. To make more reliable, put always in a try block. Then there is a method called join method. The join method is used to wait for thread to complete the execution before moving to the next step in the program. Now, first create a thread object, then call start, then the thread will be joining. Now, if you write join, then it will wait the parent thread. The parent thread will wait the child thread to complete. Similarly, you can set the priority. You can set the priority with the help of set priority method. And I told you the priority values start from 1 to 10. 1 is the minimum priority and 10 is the maximum priority. So whenever you are creating a thread, by default, the priority is 5. That means average priority 5. If at all you want to change the priority, then you can change with the help of set priority. Min priority, max priority. Okay. So you can assign the value also. That is part of thread class. And there is a method called set name. With the help of a set name, you can pass a name and you can assign it and do it. Automatically, the name will be assigned to the thread. Similarly, the current thread. This method returns to the reference to the currently executing thread. Which thread is running currently? For that, you can use current thread. Similarly, the thread can wait for up to a particular time second. So, the join method can also be used with a timeout. You can specify a time limit, how long I should wait. It waits for at most specified time for the thread to die. Now let us have a small program on this. Now let us have a thread program. And I told you thread class belongs to your lang package, that's the default package. So you can write class assume thread demo. Now I want to make this as a thread class. So if you want to make this as a thread, you should write extends thread. Extends thread. Once you extend thread, then the thread class supports various methods. Those methods will come automatically to this class. Now, thread demo is my what? Thread demo is my name of the class. Here I will write my constructor. I will pass one name. This name I will assign it. How to assign? Using set name. I told you set name is a method. Name. Once the name of the thread is assigned, then I will say start. This method is automatically enable the thread to ready state. After going to ready state, then it will execute run method. Automatically the cursor goes to run method. Public void run. here you can write your logic, because this is the one where you write the logic. And remember, the start method internally linked with run method. Once you call start, automatically the run method will execute. Here let me write for int I equal to 1 until I less than equal to 5, I plus plus. Now this thread, what it will do? It will try to execute 5 times. That means the CPU is dedicated to a particular thread. It will repeat 5 times. But here I want, after printing one number, for example, system.out.println, the value of I want to print plus I. After printing I want to sleep for 1 second. How to sleep? Thread dot sleep. Once you say sleep, then automatically the cursor goes, means the control goes to another thread, because this thread is sleeping. But I told you, when you write sleep method, this must be inside try block, because it may be interrupted. So when interrupt comes, it throws exception. It throws exception. Catch exception E. Now system.out.println error plus E. Fine. So if at all it is interrupted, then the exception will arise. Otherwise, nothing will happen. Now I will go to my driver code. Public static void main string argument array fine. Now here what I will do, I will create multiple threads. Control C, thread demo T1, T2, T3. How many threads are there? 3 threads are there. Now in addition to 3, the main thread, main is the parent thread. Now T1 equal to new thread demo. Here I will pass the name of the thread. Assume T1. T1 is the first name. T2 is the second thread. I will create second thread. Here I am creating third thread. Once the thread objects are ready, now here I will print a message system.out.println hello main thread. Now this main thread, this statement should come as part of the main thread, and after this main will collapse. Now what I will do, this statement should execute at the end. I want to keep a target of keeping at the end. So here what I will do, I will keep this block also in the try block. Catch exception E. Now you may ask a question, why you need try block? Because here I want my parent should wait for the child to complete. So T1 dot join. If you write join method, then the parent will be keep on waiting for the child to terminate. Similarly, because I am having 3 threads, I should wait for other thread also. T2 dot join. Similarly, I should write T3 dot join. Now thread demo is the name already available. I will create my thread demo. My thread demo is the class. Here I will change the name my thread demo. My thread demo, because existing name I don't want to disturb. Fine. Now my thread demo dot Java. Okay. Now I'll go to command prompt. Compile it. Java C my thread demo dot Java. Here there is a small error in the line number 18. Exception. There is a mistake. exe Control S. Spelling mistakes are, we must be very careful. Yeah. Now successfully compiled. Outrun Java followed by my thread demo. Yeah. First thread on 1, then 222, then 333, then 444, then 555, then main thread completed. See, did you observe? The main thread is coming at the end. So that means the parent is waiting for the child to complete the task. For the task of the child to print 1, 2, up to 5. But which thread is printing? Who is printing, that I want to know. The name of the thread I want to print. So while printing, I should get the name. This plus, there is a method called get name. Once I call get name, that will give the name of the thread. Okay. So here, I want to print the name of the thread first, then the value of. Now let us see how it is printing. Compile it. Yeah. Now T1 is printing 1, 2, 3. Second, now T3, T1, T2. Now the order of the execution is changing. Order of the execution is changing. Now T3, T3, T1. It is now keep on running. Now thread is not running. Why? Control C, interrupt. Yeah. Now up to 5. Yeah. Now main thread executed. Now assume you want to assign the value for each thread. Assume I want to assign T1 to execute more CPU time. T1 dot set priority. Assume thread dot max. Thread dot max priority. Max priority. So for T1 I given maximum priority. If you want to know the priority of the thread also, you can print that one. What is the get priority? So you can print the priority of each thread. System dot out dot println priority of each thread. Priority of first I'll print thread 1. So T1 dot get priority. Get priority. So I can get the priority. Similarly, I can get the priority of second thread. Similarly, third thread. Now priority of thread 2. Priority of thread 3. So T2 dot get priority. T3 dot get priority. So let us print the priority. For thread 1, I have set maximum priority. Now let us go to the program. Open info folder. Java C my thread demo. Compile it. Java my thread demo. Now compile it. Yeah. The priority of the T is 10 because I have assigned max priority. So the maximum priority is 10. And the remaining thread I did not assign anything. So that goes to average priority, that is 5. So by default, if you have not assigned any priority, that become 5. That become 5. So this is the way it assigns. So now when you are assigning high priority, then the thread 1 will get more CPU time. So if at all you want to allocate more CPU time for a particular thread, then you assign max priority. If at all you want to assign least priority, that means the CPU time will be assigned very less time. So depending upon the importance of that job, so you have to set the priority. So this is the way it works. Fine. So now you have used all kinds of methods of thread class. If at all any exception comes, you can print also. System.out.println e. Okay. So this is the way you can work. So you have used almost all methods. This is using extending thread class. Similarly, if at all you want to implement the thread using runnable interface, how to do? Control C. Now use runnable interface. For that, what you will do? Class thread runnable my thread runnable, because I want to have my name. Just you can give any name. Now implements runnable. When you implement runnable, here what is there? Only run method is there. Their start method is not there. Get name, set name, those things are not there. Because in this interface, only run method is there. But to call run method, I have to use start method before that. Without start method, run method cannot work. So for that, what I will do? I will take a one temporary thread object, thread T. Okay. This object I will initialize. So I will go to my constructor. I will pass one string. I will pass one name. Now here what I will do? I will assign T equal to new thread this. That means I am making one thread object for the current class. This. Now I can assign T dot set name. Set name. Whatever the name you have assigned. Then I can write T dot start. If I write start method, then automatically the run method will be called. Run method is part of the runnable interface. So here I will write now public void run. Here I can write the logic. Now here, whatever the logic you wrote there, same thing I will write here. For example, Control C, I am copying here in the, yeah. Now here get name, I want to get the name of the thread, but the name is not there directly because here I am not extending thread class. Here I am implementing runnable. So when you are implementing runnable, you are dependent on the thread T. So here what I will do, T dot get name. So whatever the name you have assigned for the thread with the help of the thread object, that name you can get it. Similarly, this is thread.sleep. Okay, you are calling and it is running. Then here I will write my main method public static void main string argument array. Here what I will do, I will create the object. What is the name of the class? My thread runnable. My thread runnable, assume T1, T2, T3. Now here I will initialize T1 equal to new my thread runnable. Some name I will give. Assume T1 is the first thread. Similarly, T2 equal to new my runnable. I have to give some name, some T2, and T3 equal to my thread runnable T3. Now here new. Now T1, T2, T3 over. Now here what I'll do, T1 dot start, T1 dot start, T1 dot start. Of course here it is already calling, no need to call. Simply because when you call the constructor, automatically it goes here, it will do these three tasks. But these three has to be finished at the end. That means my parent thread has to wait. So for waiting, I should use join method. For join method, I should write try block. Try catch exception E. Exception E. Now here what I will do, T1 dot join. So my T1 is joining. T2 dot join and T3 dot join. So that means parent is waiting. Then here I will print a message system dot out dot println by main by. Now I will try to run Control C, Control S, Control V dot Java. After compiling this program, I will go to my command prompt. My thread enable. Command prompt. Java C. My thread enable dot Java. Now there is a small mistake. Semicolon missing. Semicolon missing. Yes. Control. Now, yeah, T1 dot join. Now T1 dot join is not coming because why? T1 is object of my thread runnable, but there is no join method because this implements runnable. In runnable method, join is not there. So T1 dot T dot join. Similarly, because the T is the object which is thread object, there I can call this one. Control S. Yeah, now there is no error. Now there is no mistake. Now Java my thread runnable. Yes. Now it is running one by one. Now first thread, second thread, third thread, every thread is getting chance, and finally the parent is waiting and say bye. So this is the way you can implement your thread programs. So by using all the methods, you can write a complete thread-based program. I hope it is clear. So this is the way you can implement, either by extending thread class or by implementing runnable interface. You can implement Java means thread programs. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.